Okay, everybody, how you guys doing? What is going on? I'm not focusing very well. This thing take your time more. I need a little bit more light close by. Uh, okay, I hope you guys are seeing my face. Let me do this camera again so you can focus
I can see
better.
you very well.
Thank you, everybody, for joining us. You guys know we had some problem with our broadcast the other time, but we're happy to announce that we got that fixed. And some of you already have started screaming foul and sabotage and all of that, but it's really not what you think it is. The truth is that, like you're going to hear from our guests, you're going to hear from our guests what really transpired. But let me bring back our guests into the studio. And don't forget that we have been on the phone, we have been on this program with two of our special guests, Magna Faith Creamy and Chike Anyanwo. And just for the benefit of those people who do not know, Magna Faith is a journalist that comes from Taraba State of Nigeria. So you understand why she's the right person to be talking to us about the bloodbath that is going on in Southern Kaduna. She runs an online media outfit called World Desk News, and it talks about breaking news about terrorism. She has personally interviewed Southern Kaduna victims of terrorism, so she knows what she's talking about. Now, Chike Anyanwu was a former candidate for the state delegate of our District 21 in the state of Maryland, USA. He's currently the executive director of African Global Center, and African Global Center is a center that tries to achieve peace around the African nation. And let me go ahead and bring them in. Gentlemen and lady, you're all welcome to the second part of our program today. Thank you so much to two of you, and I'd like to say welcome.
Thank you, Dr. Chidi.
Dr. Chidi, thank you so very much.
Okay, Faith, your audio is a bit low, so we're not able to hear you very well.
Okay, thank you very much, Dr. Chidi. Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you now. So thank you so much, Chiki and Faith Creamy. So we are just going to jump into the last place that we stopped before things happen. But let's go ahead and hear from you exactly what happened. Did I cut you off, or what happened?
No, you didn't cut me off. Actually, there was an outage in East County, Baltimore, and it affected all the businesses around here. Our office is actually located east of Baltimore, so that's what actually happened. And before the complete outage, we had difficulty logging on. We also had difficulty during the interview, and apparently we went we went
So
off altogether.
so what happened was NEPA took your light.
Yes, so not before only Nigeria na NEPA they take life.
So I had to clear the air. I had to make that known so people will know that it was not me. Oh, it was not me, because they said, why is it that when she started talking about Shore, you went and cut her off? So you people heard from her. It was not me that took Magna Faith Creamy out of the thing. It was the NEPA in their place that took the light. We have to blame NEPA till we die. And if we go to heaven, if they carry light in heaven, we still call NEPA.
I know. That's
their,
the same thing they said.
yeah, their sin is beyond pardon. Honestly, what NEPA has done to us. On a lighter note, do you know that there was this community that they actually gave them light. You won't believe this. They gave them light for a period of 1 week
Mhm.
without cutting it off. And the community held a meeting. And I said, come on. This
Great.
one that they're not taking our light. I think there's something that these people are planning, so
I can,
Hey,
that's suspicious.
hey, for sure. Do you blame them? No.
I'm telling you that. So it's now an abnormal to have light constant in Nigeria. I
Right,
said,
right.
no, let's go and find out what these people are planning for us. This one that they've not taken our light.
Yeah, I can't blame them at all.
Yeah. So, anyways, before we went off, you made a comment and wanted a clarification and more detail about it. You started talking about Shore, and you said one of the issues that you had with Shore was, and then you went into that. Now, I would like to start from there for you to really explain to us the issue that you say you have with Omoyele Shore.
I don't think it's well. I hope I'm not misconstrued. No, it's not like an issue, but the reason why I have not like um, gone along with the revolution now protest and all of that. The reason why I have not joined in person is because I don't have a full understanding of what it entails, considering that I've seen some things here and there, and I mean here in the diaspora now. Showore as an individual um, Nigerian, of course, I have tremendous respect for him. Again, like I said, I interviewed him in Maryland, and I traveled from Maryland to Philadelphia to go interview Showore. That was before he even, started the revolution now, and when he was campaigning, when he was running for office. So I have tremendous respect for him, and I respect him for what he's doing now. My concern, and the reason why I wanted to interview him again, why I went to Philadelphia to interview him, was to clarify the questions that I have now, to get answers for the questions that I have now. One of the questions would be that, as a journalist, we do a lot of investigation, and we ask questions. And I'm blessed to be in the United States where my voice can be heard, and I'm not threatened. I'm not, no one can shut me up, at least for now. And I asked questions here and there as regards Showore, and people were confused because they thought that his 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 aggression towards the government, towards the Buhari administration, was a personal vendetta against President Buhari. And whilst I don't have evidence to prove this allegation, it was heavy in the diaspora. People were saying, "Oh well, what he's doing is good. The course is great, but we are not necessarily convinced that he's doing it because he cares for the citizenry, but he's doing it because he's trying to get revenge against Buhari for some, I don't know whatever, I mean, some political issue or whatever it is. I don't have evidence to prove that. I'm a realist and I'm a journalist, and I'm just putting it all out on the table. I don't have anything against him personally, but these were the reports that I got. And so I needed to speak with him one on one. I needed to ask him, where is your motivation coming from? What inspires this movement? Do you have a personal vendetta against Buhari? Or are you doing this for the love of the nation, Nigeria? I'm not one of those people that, see something great or something good, and I just, I want to ask questions. I want to know, because, my legacy is very important to me. My name is everything. And so I don't want to identify myself with something that I don't understand. I want to understand why, Showore is as passionate as he is as regards, removing or, I wouldn't use the word attacking, but at least questioning the administration of President Buhari. So that's what I have. And then another thing is, when I went to Philadelphia, Dr. Chidi, when I went to Philadelphia to interview him, I was right there in the conference. I sat through the conference. I reported the conference with my staff, and after the conference, I had reached out to Showare's team to advise that I drove from Maryland to Philadelphia to interview him. And they were like, okay, well, we're gonna have him interview with you in a couple of minutes. And I waited. And then after a while, I saw him. He went upstairs to his hotel or something like that. And I asked one of his assistants, and they were like, "Oh no, he's gonna be down soon. Give him 30 minutes." And I sat there, in the room, in the conference room, waiting for 30 minutes, 1 hour, 1 hour, 30 minutes, 2 hours, and I was disturbed. I was disturbed because Dr. Chidi, you know how like you find certain people doing some work and then you think they're doing it for monetary gains, or I'm one of those people that, by the grace of God, I come from a very well-to-do home. I'm not doing this thing for money. I'm not doing it for fame. My father has achieved the highest level of success in his career in Nigeria, and I don't think money is my issue, my problem. I truly am passionate about ensuring that the voices of the Christians in the northern region of Nigeria, you know, are being heard. Now, with Showore standing me up in Philadelphia, I was worried. I was disturbed. I was like, ah, you never enter there. You don't they stand us up. When you enter there, waiting go can happen. Now, they may not have communicated to him that I wanted to interview him. I don't know, or probably they did, and for some reason he didn't want to interview, or I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened, but all I know was they stood me up, and I have witnesses. The coordinator for his campaign in Philadelphia, Dr. Ayo, I know he should be online now somewhere. He was aware that I was waiting for Shawari, and they kept telling me, "Oh, he'll be down soon. He'll be down soon." I waited hours and hours and hours and hours. I mean, it would have been nice had they told me, "Oh, I was sorry, he can't interview. He's tired. He's human, And I'm sure he's had several interviews, over the days. They could have just said, "Oh, I'm sorry, but he can't interview." But to stand me up, to lie to me, and to stand me up and just have me waste my time all the way from Maryland, I thought that was very distasteful. And
Oh,
then to yeah,
yeah,
go
yeah,
go ahead,
yeah.
Dr. Chidi.
Okay. Oh, yeah. You see, that's why is always nice to have people talk frankly. And from I'm not Omoyele Shore, but Omoyele Shore is my friend. He's the
Mm,
convener of my movement. So, in as much as I cannot hold brief for him, I always like this kind of things. Uh, the interview is not about Omoyele Shore. We are talking about the killings in Southern Kaduna, but we are trying to like clear the air so that it helps all of us to focus on what is our mission. However, I would have if this was about him, I would have tried to arrange that he actually come online the same time when you are online. That way, he will answer for himself. But let me attempt, to answer one or two questions. As someone who is close to Omoyele Shore, as someone who has done things with him, let me first of all say that for someone, before someone can begin to even question what is Omoyele Shore's intentions, towards Buhari, um, like so many people have even accused him of being in the same team with Buhari and the people that brought Buhari to power. When you guys were gone, I was talking about my position too. How on this side people accuse me of being a saboteur, on this side people accuse me of not trusting me. So I find myself in the middle. So someone like Shore, if you would have to find out that this is the same person that they have accused him that he was siding what's his name, our president Buhari, that he was siding Buhari, that he was part of people that brought Buhari into power. And yet, even so what they are trying to say when they say that is that he hates Jonathan, that he doesn't like Jonathan. It's because Jonathan is from the east, that he was the people that chased Jonathan away and brought Buhari. And yet,
I don't agree with that
no, no,
narrative.
no, I'm not saying it is you. I'm just
I
trying.
know, I
So,
know,
so
and I totally understand what you're saying, because that's something that I get all the time when I interview people in the United States, where they try to mix emotions and sentiments, with facts. Now, Omoyele Sowore, from the investigations that I've done, I can categorically tell you that I personally believe that he didn't necessarily like Buhari better than he did Jonathan. He was not comfortable with the
He
results
just
that
wanted Jonathan to go because Jonathan himself had said that, look, I've lost control. Boko Haram is in my cabinet. It's just got that. So, and we all know that Jonathan at a point exhibited so much weakness that couldn't carry us to the next level. But let me make my point quickly. So, this is the same Shore that president after president after president, right from his days of student union, he has always attacked them, and he's attacking them not because of who they are, but they are leading a nation and they're not living up to expectation. So he did that with Babangida, did that with who Yaradua, Shoneko. When Yaradua was dead and they were playing tricks, it was Sahara reporters, it was Shore 2 Sahara reporters that said, how come you guys are presenting a dead person to us and saying that we should believe that he's alive? Why is the vice president not taking over? It was Sahara reporters that. So incidentally, that time he was fighting for Jonathan, and when Jonathan now came into power, they backed off and they watched him, and they felt the government from who ministers, so many people were eating money. He came after them again, started exposing them. When it was now time for another president, it didn't matter to him who was coming, as long as Jonathan was out, let them go with their government. When a new person now came into the scene, that was Buhari, what did he do? He watched him too. Not up to a week after Buhari went there, he saw that he was not, I think he was the person that started this Baba Go Slow. He saw that they were slow. They were not appointing ministers. He descended on him too. I can assure you from the show that I know that even if it is his father that is the president of Nigeria, he'll probably be attacking his father. So that is how much I will tell you about this whole thing being a personal vendetta.
what you're saying could be true, but
No.
again, like I said, unless I got access to him, to interview him, to ask him and look him in the face, in his eyeballs, to say, hey, this is what
But then we would have to say that he has a personal vendetta against every president of Nigeria. It's not about Buhari. That's what it will have to be. And yes, and if you say that, then
it can be so.
and if you say that, he will probably agree with you, because you and I are today talking because all these leaders have failed us. So me, I have a personal vendetta against a lot of them.
I don't have a personal vendetta against any specific person.
No.
But of course, as a community leader, as a community builder, I will criticize the administration if they are falling short of their promise to the people. Where I have an issue is, again, like I stated, when I went to Philadelphia, because I speak from,
and that's the second one. That's the second one I wanted to touch before you go on. Sorry.
I speak from experiential knowledge, not from hearsay. I'm telling you my own personal experience. I remember also reaching out to Dr. Ayo Taunton a week or 2 weeks ago. I was requesting Showare's contact information. He did give me his number, and I sent a couple of text messages to him, asking how I could interview him and get him on board the Southern Kaduna issue. I needed to ask certain questions, as regards to what's happened in the past and all of that. And of course, the same way, lies. I'll call you in the next 1 hour. I'll call you in the next 3-4 hours. I'm one person that just tell me. I'll respect you if you look me in the eye and say, Magna, I don't like you. I can't stand you. And that's why I'm a very big fan of Trump. And that's why I'm a very big fan of Nnamdi Kanu. I haven't met him personally. But I just like when people stand for something. When people are unafraid to be who they are. You know what I mean? I don't like when people are black and at the same time white. So my personal experience with the Showare brand, so to say, outside of the fact that that I met him once in Maryland, I interviewed him and he was gracious. Again, he was gracious, very professional. But I became confused with all of the people that are around him. Again, like I said, you cannot, if you can't lead 10 people, Dr. Chidi, like your production team, you have, a team of media experts working with you. If you are not able to lead 10 people, how are you going to lead 100 people? If you're unable to lead 50 people, how are you going to lead 1,000? That's my own personal assessment of the Shuare brand.
Okay,
Even
but
in
you see,
Nigeria,
this is
I look
what
at the party that they started in Nigeria. There was a lot of in-house fighting and stuff like that. That one I can understand because he's speaking against the administration and people could be bought over. People could be paid to start chaos within the party. I understand that. But how about the people that are working directly with you? I'm talking about his teammates. I know them. They're probably watching me right now, but I'm telling you categorically my first-hand experience with the Shuare team.
Okay, so you see, um, I don't even know where to start. The best thing, because what I wanted to show you, there's tons of people, tons of flyers that are flying out there of people that Shore has given interviews, tons and tons of them. You will not believe it.
But again, it's always people know people. That's the Nigerian thing.
No. You've not heard me out. No, you've not heard me out.
Yeah, but it's not about what you're even saying. But again, pardon, just bear with me. I'm an angry woman right now.
That's why that you see, that's the point I wanted to bring out. What I am playing Shore's advocate, but
Right.
the best thing is so you must understand with me. You have been open, and there are things that you can say, and it's best when the person you're talking about is there. And me, I really need to be careful because I am not. I'm not sure, but the sure that I know, just like you have said, the one that you know. The reason why I talked about when it comes to interviews, I cannot honestly tell you that Shore is someone who is choosy about who they give interview. I have seen Shore do interviews with people who don't have any crowd at all. Someone looked at me and said, Chidi, you should know that you are of a certain pedigree. I tell the person that pedigree, they work with me. I don't see myself as any pedigree. But what I'm trying to say is I've seen him do interviews that there are interviews where he's almost sleeping because he knows this person is boring. But because he has to spread himself around, if you go and check on the internet, you see how many interviews he's done just this week alone. There's somebody that I was just telling the person that please, you need to allow me to stream your interview of Shore. It's an interview that is coming up too. Just so many of them. So it is something that one I can really assure you that I don't think there is a deliberate attempt not to.
Are you insinuating?
Mm-hmm.
Are you directly insinuating that his assistant, his manager lied to me?
Okay.
His manager did not communicate to Showore.
Can I tell you another thing? Let me give you a secret.
But I drove all the way.
Let me give you a secret now. I'm giving you the secret on behalf of Shore. Can I give you that secret?
Tell me.
You see, let me tell you something. Get into my sister. It's a secret. Don't tell anybody. Shore doesn't do all that assistant thing. See all these people that are posing that they're assistant. It's not. I'm telling you. See, and one thing I will promise you, take it from me.
Me as a yellow like this from
I
Maryland,
will.
Philadelphia.
You never talk wetin dey vex you. You never. If you like say you never. No be say. Wait oh.
Me when I carry just my two legs.
Wait
I tell you.
now. You carry your two legs. You carry your fine face. You go
the
to see
difference
Shore.
between-
Shore
the
don't
difference
want to see you. Wait oh.
You know the
Wait.
difference between this Hausa girl and other journalists. Me. Moi.
No.
They say to you, Igbo. Me.
I'm so happy we're having this discussion because I know.
went to Nigeria when people were afraid to go to Nigeria. I went to Nigeria. I went to Kajuru. When the 6 girls were kidnapped, I went to Kajuru. I went to Aso Rock. Are you aware that I met with the vice president?
No, you are getting this all wrong. One thing I can promise you is this. You will have, because if you see how I've chased people for an interview, and when I finally get the interview, the first thing I tell them is that Why is it that I was trying to reach you, you were playing hard to get? And it always disarms me when I hear from these people that, oh my God, I never knew, I didn't this, I didn't, and they will now show me proof. It has taught me to always reserve whatever I think until I'm able to talk to these people. I'm telling you the truth. You see,
Absolutely, I agree with you.
you
I
see,
agree
in
with you.
Showere's case, in
I agree
Showere's
with
case,
you.
I can assure you
Hey,
that,
Doc, can I jump in a little bit?
jump in, please. When I see the thing done, the pass me.
Uh, I've known this young lady for a while,
Yeah,
so she is one of the biggest fans of Showery.
I
I'll
know.
tell you,
I
I
can
can
I
tell you
can
that.
suspect.
Yeah, I can tell you that she um most of us love what Showery stands for.
Yeah.
She does. If anybody does, I can tell you that she does um love what Showery is doing. I think she wanted to have have the big deals that she wanted to make sure that at this moment that Showery is trying to get in there, that when he gets in there, he will not be like another Buhari. He will not be, and know that Showery is not going to be like that, because I guess you and I can contest it. I am the biggest fan of Showery. I call myself Showery sometimes. I'm his older brother, so but I know how much Magna Faith, you know, um, enjoys what Showery is doing. But I can also understand why she feels the way she does. Because many people have said a lot of things, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, until they get in there. And it's a different case altogether. So that's what she's trying to make sure, ask hard
That
questions.
Chiki, outside of that, my thing is, if you're not able to organize your immediate team, how then will you organize a whole nation? And Dr. Chidi, here's the thing. Trust me, I love show. Again, like you said, I respect the man. I'm in media. I know what it takes for a person to leave his wife and kids in the United States and move to Nigeria to fight the battle, you know, of the citizenry. I know what it takes. But my concern, again, like I said, I'm not an emotional journalist. I love to investigate. I want my questions answered. Some of the questions I needed to ask him, I never got the opportunity to ask him. And when I found that he's the media, I'm talking about people that were carrying his bags. I'm not talking about people like, I was right there. I was right there in front of the, what do you call it now? The stage, during the conference. And after the conference, he walked right past me. I mean, I'm talking about the people that were staying in the same room with him. Those are the people I'm talking about that told me, oh, just hang in there. In the next 1 hour, he'll be out. And they stood me up and stood me up and stood me up hour after hour. And I
Okay,
had
Magna Faith, so that this issue doesn't take us away from why we are here. So we want, Doc, I guess you can make that happen, when we can come back again and have Showery in person.
Yeah,
In
yeah.
fact,
That's what, at least one thing I wanted to establish.
yes.
One thing is
In fact,
clear.
we have another conference, Magna Faith. We have another conference coming up very soon that you can actually have Showery in that conference as well. I'm
Yeah.
sure
So
by the
yeah.
time we finish that, you can tell Doc about the conference, right?
Okay. The what I can assure you, don't be deceived. If you know who Shore is, when he is traveling, when he's going somewhere, there's one knapsack that he carries. That knapsack contains his camera, his things, every. So when people see him in the airport and they rush his bag, he says, "No, don't worry, I'll carry my bag." They don't know it's because he's carrying his things. He does his things by himself. His laptop, everything is there himself. But it's so clear. It's not. I don't see any. I thought maybe there was an accusation about maybe hidden, eating money or one fraudulent thing. But since it's just what you're talking about, I think it is something that is manageable.
Yes.
We'll tell Showred that there's one chick like that that is not happy with you, that she came to see you and you didn't see her and the thing is paining her, so you better go and make amends. And I'm sure Shore will say, okay, give me her number.
And
And
she's from the north. And she's from the north.
she's from the
She's from
north, can you imagine? So she
right.
feels marginalized and discriminated. Anyway, so that's actually we had to why we had to have this issue, because there's a lot of people, you won't believe, there's a lot of people that as soon as we stopped that program where we stopped it, they were like, oh my goodness, the girl has one big revelation to make about Shore, but Dr.
Yeah,
Chidi cut her off.
yeah, Dr. Chidi, you see, another where I was actually going when I was talking the other time was how that we keep hounding on the fact that our leaders at the top are not doing what they're supposed to do. But again, they're leaders, through the ranks, because it trickles down. It trickles down from the presidency, to the citizenry. There are leaders in between. There are leaders at different levels who have compromised, and whose compromise has affected the citizenry even more than what the President Buhari or El-Rufai are doing. And those people are the people that we continue to embrace when we meet at several occasions and conferences. And we're not calling them out, Dr. Chidi. We can sit here and call Buhari out. We can sit here as media personalities and call El-Rufai out. How about the diaspora leaders, organizational leaders that are taking money from the United Nations, that are taking money from different United States platforms?
I call them out too.
In the name of going to Nigeria, one thing that even hurts me the most in this America, the people that go to the UN, the people that go to the UN in the name of going to the North to help, they use our own narrative to make money. Do you know that?
So we're depending on people. You see me. That's why you need to go back to the video that you guys started. It was you guys that started it, but it veered off completely. We had a heated argument here when you guys were cut off. That is the way I like people to be on my program. I don't want to embarrass you, like I said before, but you see the way we spoke now, that's how I like my interviews to be. I don't hide people. If you know there's a lead, I've headed the Nigerian community here. I was president of the Nigerian Canadian Association. It's a very hot seat, and I challenge people. If you know that I have ever collected $1, if not that I put my own money, I put even my platform, I used to use my platform to publicize what was going on. They said that I was using the association to become popular. I said, me using their popular. Okay, when I was no longer the president of the association, that's when I actually had time for my channel. Okay, so now I don't like talking about other people's administration because everybody has their own gifts. But when it comes to the media, that they were accusing me of using the association, I don't see the association with their own media anymore. So now you're wondering who was helping who with the media. It was me so what I'm trying to say is that if you know any Nigerian, any Biafran, any Middle Belter, any Southern Kaduna leader that is taking money from the government of America, of Canada, of France, because there's a lot of people doing this floating. Somebody called me. I was telling somebody about Nigerian Canadian Association. I said, oh, Chidi, there's an organization called Nigerian Canadians Forum that they are working with the government to do what? I say, from where? Say, from Canada. I say, listen, Nigerian Canadian Association is the association that the ambassador recognizes. So there are people, go to IPOB and ask them. Go to other organizations. There are these people all over the place. They go and gather themselves together and they go and say something else.
They came to when I posted something about Nnamdi Kanu on my page. They came and they were asking me, because I belonged at the time. I think I was I hope I still am the community relations director for the Nigerian Credit Union. Nigerian Credit Union Bank in the United States, in the whole of the United States. I'm the director for community relations. And I remember, having, associated or identified myself with Nnamdi Kanu, kind of like, oh, your position, oh, you're this, you're that. And I said something, I don't mind stripping myself off of that position, because I'm not going to allow any position or any I'm not going to let fame, I'm not going to let connection, I'm not going to let nothing, silence me or taint my authenticity. Because what we have today, Dr. Chidi, are very shallow-minded people. What we want, people, we give attention to very shallow minds. We give attention um, to vain people and vain things. We don't give quality people. We don't give people who have something to say, people who can impact the next generation, the youth and our children. We don't give them platforms. We don't give them opportunities to speak. And that's what happens in the diaspora. I left NIDO. Someone was asking, why are you not a part of NIDO? I said, I cannot be a part of NIDO because I cannot be a part of an organization that is very much celebrated. I think NIDO is the most organized Nigerian organization in the diaspora. And NIDO carries so much weight that almost everyone respects. Once NIDO says they want to do anything, everyone cooperates, right? People come. They have Abike Dabiri, they have all these people on their platforms and everything. But when there's chaos in Nigeria, their leaders will not say anything. Their leaders will not say anything. Their leaders will not stand
Okay,
up for this.
can
Do
I?
you know why they will not stand up? Because they go to Aso Rock and get money.
Okay, can I tell you something? And sorry to you, Chooks, we've put you to the background.
No, go ahead, go ahead.
You see, as 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 someone who was president of the Nigerian Canadian Association here, I can tell you that I don't like NIDO. I don't like NIDO, and I've said it to them today. I don't play games. I don't play games. You come together, you organize this seminar, you organize that.
I'm glad you're saying that because I would have called you out too. Because me, I'm
No,
not anybody else.
No, I don't like. See, they don't like me too, because I don't. It's just like people who are calling me now and saying I should come and team up with them to celebrate Nigeria's independence celebration. Do
Oh, no
party for
way.
first October and celebrate what?
Ezioku. What
That
are we
that
celebrating?
shows you're not you. For someone to be saying that to me, that they're going, you should be, for someone to be planning for DJ and music and things to
Right.
celebrate
And
Nigeria's
carnival.
independence.
And carnival. And accepting contracts from a government. I remember when I first met Abike Dabiri, I was very proud. I'm sorry to cut you off, doctor. I was proud that a woman, was rising through the ranks in politics and within the administration of Buhari. I was very excited. And I congratulated her when I saw her in New York. I congratulated her and I told her, and she said, oh, if you have any ideas, let me know. And we did communicate for a while. I kind of like pulled back because I didn't want anything to taint my reputation or to hold me back from speaking up. Because if I go there now and I go submit a contract and I get the contract, tomorrow now Abike does something, I will not be able to speak, bro.
Oh yes.
I want to shout.
Oh yes.
If you
Now.
do something, I want to call you out. I want to be the media expert that's able to call anyone, in spite of their pedigree, in spite of their educational standard or status, in spite of their ethnicity. I want to be able to call you out when you do wrong. That's my goal. That's my mission in the
And
United States.
that's what it should be. That's what it should be. Me, when you are in the public, here, there's no kind of person that I don't face. If somebody come down from Okada, I'm not putting anybody down. If you come down from Okada, why they relax to carry another passenger? You go open the thing, see Chidi, say you are a leaf laugh. You this non-compu. I will engage the person back. That's me. Somebody will come down from his professorial position and say, Chidi, I put it to you that you are devoid of any sensible faculty. I will still attend to that person. So we are public servants. Now, moving forward, let's round this up. My brother Oga Chuk, you started all of this, and I
Yeah,
really must commend you. That's what we want to do. We want to let the whole world know that people like you and Faith exist and what you're doing. I just want you to, while we are rounding up, just go ahead and summarize again what you guys are doing tomorrow, how you want people to be part of what you're going to do, And something I wanted to add that I was beginning to say it and it caught you guys off when I asked the question of how what you're doing, is impactful. I wanted people to know that it is, you don't know the power of people going to, having an inroad and actually taking a petition or a protest to a government that, like the United States government, they determine a lot of things that happen in the world. And it's not like we're happy to say that, but that is the truth. So if you have people that can get to them, it has a lot of impact. Go and ask Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. The federal government of Nigeria accused him of spending thousands of dollars to lobby. There's a reason why that is going on. Go and ask Omoyele Sowore, Omoyele Showore's wife. When Omoyele Sowore was locked up, you will understand why these things are important. So just to let you know that when you hear that something is happening at Washington, we should support them as much as possible. Chike, over to you.
Thank you, Doc. As a full-fledged Nigerian, I left Nigeria several years ago. When I went to look for work at, we keep calling NEPA. I went to look for work at NEPA. Somebody had given me a note to give to a director in Lagos. And I got to Lagos, I gave him the note. The man spoke to me in Yoruba, and I was not able to respond. So because of that, the man didn't give me that position. I got so upset, I refused to learn Yoruba language. And at that moment, I said, this is not the kind of Nigeria that I want to live in. So I decided to come to United States. And United States has given me a lot of things that I deserve. So today, I know most of the politicians. I know the governor of Maryland. He and I were on the same ticket in 2018 when I ran for state delegate in Maryland. That has afforded me a lot of opportunity to know people, even almost to Mr. Trump's campaign team. And we need to use those leverage that we have to help our country, Nigeria. Whether it's going to be Nigeria or whether it's going to be Biafra. But when you see something that's not going right, you call it out. I think that's why I follow my friend, although he and I have not met yet, Sowore. I follow you when you guys were organizing the revolution now. I've been so excited. I told you I almost visited you when you were running for governor in Enugu. So if we don't do this
You
for
didn't want to
us,
visit me so that you won't donate money to my campaign.
No, I think they took all my money. They took all, you know how they do you when you go home, right? But
Go
anyway,
ahead.
so we need to take advantage of every leverage that we have. And for somebody like me, that is involved in the Republican Party at this moment, and so we need to take advantage of that, but many times things work out better, when you have crowd, when you have committed people, when they see that you're not alone or you're not two people or you're not three, but you have multitude of people. And we have multitude of people, especially in Maryland. If you know how many Nigerians that are in Maryland, in the district that I'm running, it's majority of Nigerians and Africans. So I'm not just saying only Nigerians, it's also Africans. So when we go to this protest, please, I ask you to ask your supporters who are very close, who live in Maryland or very close, Philly, even New York, if you can come out to help us, I will appreciate it. If you need a sign, you can bring your own sign that says, El-Rufai, stop this bloodbath. El-Rufai, the blood of these people are on your head. You must stop it. We need to let Buhari know that he has the opportunity to use our money to go to London and live, or medical, whatever he does in London. We need to let him know that he's not any more important than one of those men, women, children that are being killed in Southern Kaduna. His son, who rides his motorcycle everywhere, his daughter, who flies Nigerian airplane everywhere she wants to go. They are not any more important than those people that are being killed. And until we in the diaspora, until we wake up from our slumber and begin to agitate, begin to fight, begin to let him know, begin to sometimes shut down the Nigerian embassy in Washington, D.C. We can do that. If you have multitude of people that can come out, we can shut down the Nigerian embassy in Washington, D.C., in New York. One day, 1 week, we can choose to shut it down. And that's the power that we have, that we're not exercising. And we're trying to quicken the conscience of our people. That's what African Global Center. We have too many splinter organizations in Maryland, in US. We need to come together under the umbrella of African Global Center and begin to show Buhari what we're all about, that together we are more than him alone. Ndị Igbo people say, ofu onye shiere ọha nri, ọha ericha ya. Ọha shiere ofu onye nri, ọ gaghị ericha nwuli ya. In other words, if one person cooks food for a multitude of people, they will eat it, they will finish it. But when multitude of people when they cook for one person, there's no way you're going to finish it. So we need to let Buhari know that we are many. We are more educated. We are more business-minded. We have everything that we need. We don't need him. We are not looking for a job from him. But we have people at home who need jobs, that he cannot afford. He doesn't have the intellect to do so. So we need to come out on the 8th, tomorrow, to make sure that, we have a lot of people to show up and tell Nigerian embassy, tell Buhari, tell, what's his name, El-Rufai, that enough is enough. Enough is enough. We're not going to have this anymore. More importantly, we need to tell people of Southern Kaduna that Nigerians in the diaspora, that we are with them, that we mourn with the young people that are being killed, that we mourn with the older men and the women that are being raped by the jihadists. We need to let them know that. We need to give them a little encouragement that there are people that are watching what's going on over there, that we're not giving up on them. We are not giving up on them. We are praying for them every day. Okay. And we must continue. We are not going to stop.
All right.
Until things turn out well for them.
Okay.
So that's where we are. Dr. Chid, we're going to come back and let you know how things go. I hope you stream this event on Facebook Live or whatever.
Yeah,
We will
we're
really
gonna be
appreciate it.
monitoring. We're gonna be monitoring you guys. If you give me your social media handle, where you're gonna be, um, where you're gonna be streaming it on, we can go. What time? Let me see again. It's supposed to be taking place. Let me put it up again. Hold on 1 second. Hold on. So it is taking place at 12
Yeah.
p.m. So 12 p.m. Washington D.C. will be 5 p.m. in Abuja, and it will also be 5 p.m. in Katsina State. So everybody can join in that time,
Sure.
Right. Right. Right.
Magda, you want to tell them where
and
we'll be
Kaduna
streaming from?
too.
Mhm.
Yeah. Wordest News. Wordest News on Facebook. We're going to
Oh,
be
okay,
streaming
okay. Please,
Wordest News on Facebook.
yeah, send me the link when we are done, so I can I can talk to my assistants like Shore. We'll talk to
Right. Right.
assistants, talk
Your
to
management.
my people, talk to your people, and my people talk to your people, and then we arrange. You know what I'm saying?
Send the visa application. You know, I can fill it out ahead of time.
Hey,
Okay.
Dr. Chid, I also want to leave my number. If anybody wants to reach me by phone,
Yeah.
um, can I say it now? 240.
Yeah. Go ahead, please.
Okay, 240-460-5528. And you can call me anytime. If I'm not in a meet, only the only time I don't answer my phone is when I'm in a meeting. Otherwise, my phone is always next to me.
Okay, let me give I remember my Magna Fate creamy. Let me, and by the way, for the benefit of all those people who, now we come they text me for back. She's not Igbo. She be really not Igbo. They say, this girl is Igbo. We should investigate you well, well. So she's not Igbo, but uh, by association, she don't dey turn. Very soon she go turn complete Igbo. But let me give you an opportunity to comment on. You wanted to talk about, yeah, you've spoken about Nnamdi Kanu. I think you wanted to comment about the killings in Enugu and how you feel
Yeah.
about that. Yeah.
With Nnamdi Kanu, it's unfortunate that I find Igbos who who speak ill of him here in the diaspora and even on the continent. It hurts my feeling. It hurts my feeling because again, like I stated earlier, I said we need to stop um, dividing ourselves. We need to stop bickering, and of course, I
Magna, can you
completely,
speak up?
yeah, we need to stop bickering and complaining and seeking faults in each other. And with the issue of Shaware, of course, I never talked about it, outside of this platform, because I believe that if you cannot help the cause, don't stop it. Don't stunt the growth of the cause. That's my personal belief. We're all not perfect. We have issues that we're all dealing with. If you go and investigate, they'll tell you something that I've done wrong somewhere or someone that I hurt. But I believe that what Nnamdi Kanu is doing is very, very necessary because I personally believe I've lost hope that Nigeria would help the Igbo ethnic group. I've lost hope that Igbos stand a chance within Nigeria. I support that they need to leave if they want their kids to prosper, if they want their kids to become president someday, they want their kids to have fair opportunity, within the labor market, whether public service or private service. I personally believe that the Igbos do have the skill sets, the blessing of the Almighty God. They have the passion. They're very industrious. They're very hardworking. They're blessed people, and I don't see why they have to subject themselves to the oppression of Nigeria, and the manipulation of the Yorubas, and of course the silence of the other ethnicities in Nigeria. So I hope that other Igbos, in the diaspora and on the continent that are not necessarily in support of Nnamdi Kanu can rethink. If you are not in support of Nnamdi Kanu, give us a better idea. Go to Nigeria and come and tell us how the Igbo nation can get better or what they can do to move your own people forward. That's
Yeah.
that's with Nnamdi Kanu.
All right. Thank you so much. I'm glad we finally cleared the air. Though nobody will come and go and write other things after and say, Chidi, this one, that one. Everything is cleared. We've touched all the positions. I will make sure I tell Shore, go and talk to this girl. Go and talk to this girl. All right.
Let me tell you one more thing to tell Showore.
Okay.
That in December he and I going to Imo State, and we're
Okay.
gonna he's coming to Abutobo in Imo State in December. Okay.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Extend that message to him.
Don't worry, he will watch this video. He will watch this video. There's no special. I'm saying all this because I know that he's going to watch the video. It's not that I have any special. All right. Thank you, everybody. It's been my pleasure once more, and thank you so much to you, Faith, and thank you so much to you, Chike. I enjoyed having you guys around, and I wish you success in your protest tomorrow. And we'll be there to stream it live. And so, thank you so much, guys. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, doctor. And thank
Thank you, Doc.
Okay.
What you're doing is very, very important.
Thank you.
I've been following you. You probably don't remember me, but during the protests and everything, I always logged on, and
Oh yeah.
because it was too many people calling in, so I didn't get a chance to call in, but
No,
I was always.
celebrity like us. We know the two.
I didn't know your personal assistant, so that's why I didn't call your
Yeah,
personal
you need to talk to
assistant.
my personal next time. Go through my personal assistant. All right,
the
guys. We
manager
need to
and the manager of the personal assistant as
we need
well.
we need to close. Okay, bye bye, guys. Thank you so
Bye.
much. Yeah. All right, everybody. That was our special guest for today, and let me really, really thank all of you. I don't take it for granted. You are the people that make us rock. I mean, if we come live and there's nobody there, imagine how boring it would be. So please, continue to support us. Continue to advise. If you need to tell me anything, call me up on +1 647 989 2837. That's the only number I have. WhatsApp or everything. It's no secret. All right. See you guys next time we come on, and God bless you. Bye bye.